his Duke shoe. Babylonian sex magic. Go look it up. Babylonian blood magic. Go look it up. They using all of this against us. Babylonian money magic. They use it and they incorporated it all in the biblical text that they sent a pedophile priest cult over first to rock us to sleep. Because you notice, when Columbus came, he wasn't guns a-blazing. He had to go back and give a report to somebody. They say it was Isabel and Ferdinand, but they was beheaded. So we know they was in cahoots with the Dirty Moors, because that's why they got beheaded. But then you still got these uprisings all across France, Italy, Portugal, and Spain, trying to get rid of these motherfuckers that's coming over here. The first stop they was stopped at was northwestern Africa, aka Al-Maghrib. There was no Morocco, there was no Libya, there was no Tunis. None of them countries existed when Columbus came here. That was a broad territory of land called Al-Maghrib. And then the part that was Afrique was a little river valley stronghold of the traders who sold out Hannibal of Carthage, right? Up there, there's a little river run called Afrique. This is where they got the whole concept to call Africa after the Berlin Conference, because it was a play on Afrique. If you go to the Arabic, the word Ifraka is what they were saying in the negotiations at the Berlin Conference when they divided the continent up over there. Now remember, all the way down into Brazil, coming up into the islands, we've been marrying and intermingling and intermarrying with Africans for thousands of years before Columbus came. So this is why they use the African narrative to disassociate us from the land. But in their science, we not called Africans. In their science, they call us Los Negritos. Look up it. I'm going to pull it up, see what it say. We a whole different genetic stock from the whole of Africa. We were called by these people Los Negritos, right? Then they translated to in modern English as the little niggas. That's what the negrito means, little nigger, in modern English. Now, when they was doing this, we was fighting the Gullah Wars in Florida. We were fighting South America. We was fighting Cortez and the hordes that came looking for Cordoba. Cordoba, the city of gold. Cordoba means gold. They was looking for the city called Cordoba. And Cordoba is supposed to have been where we had our gold reserves, and they was looking in the wrong hemisphere. They was looking in South America. But if you go to the Nicolas Cage movie called National Treasure, it'll show you where our gold was kept, and it's still there. It got dust on it because Big Mama shut her bank down, and even the goddamn devil don't want to go up in there messing with Big Mama stuff. He gonna try to trick us into surrendering Big Mama stuff to him so that he can say that we surrendered our birthright. We ain't back down. We ain't quit. We ain't retreat. We didn't surrender. We backed up, regrouped, came a different way to fight a different war. Now, during this time, they had something called U.S., and pull it up, U.S. Indian bounties. And look what it says. The United States government and colonial authorities offered bounties on Native American scalps and other body parts from the 17th to the 19th century. Now, they came in 1492. That was the 15th century. So from the 1500s to the 1800s, there was a bounty on our head. It's a Spencer Phipps Proclamation. In 1755, the Massachusetts Lieutenant Governor issued the Spencer Phipps Proclamation, which offered bounties for Penobscot Indians captured and brought to Boston. The bounty was 50 pounds for a living male captive, 40 pounds for a dead male scalp, 25 pounds for a female scalp, and 20 pounds for a child scalp. They was killing the babies like they doing now. Now look, pay attention. This is not denominations known as dollars. Who weigh their money in pounds? Straight motherfucking British. That's British money market value until they switched over to the euro. Now, New Hampshire, 1724, the New Hampshire legislature authorized a bounty of 100 pounds for each male scalp turned in. Women's scalp were worth half as much as men's, and children's scalps were worth half as much as women's. That means it was $100 for a man, $50 for a woman's scalp, $25 for a child scalp. These the people that's running this country that Trump is fighting against. This is who they fighting against. The same motherfuckers, they haven't changed. The same motherfuckers that tried to kill Tupac. The same motherfuckers that tried to kill Nipsey Hussle. I got the nigga page when he put the hit on him. I seen it all. His mama told me where to look and I found that shit. So I know the nigga, what he looked like. This nigga walked up on me in the penitentiary in the 90s. And then I see this motherfucker in California with Nip. And then he tried to use my motherfucking rap name. But he couldn't spell it right to break the conjure. Because they thought they was going to trick me into giving them the keys to the house. It ain't going to work because I'm always 10 steps ahead of you motherfuckers. This is chess, not checkers. And what Tupac say? We done seen too many real players fall to let these bitch niggas beat us. Right? So this probably going to be a flagged ass video. So if you're going to put it up on a different channel, you might want to do some beeping or some silent marks on some of the profanity. Because I'm cutting loose on their ass today. Now, California. Remember, we got these Bloods, these Crips, these Cholos, these Vatos, these Lokes, all out there in Cali. At one point, California offered a bounty of around $25 for a male body part and $5 for a child or a woman. It goes on. That's not all of them. The U.S. Dakota War 1862 bounties. Indigenous people, they offer reminder, and that ain't it. Phipps Bounty Proclamation, Upstandard Project. The California Indian Scalp Bounty. Scalping, Wikipedia. Now, they've been telling us that the Buffalo Soldiers, right, was some other people. How is you a Buffalo Soldier and you ain't from where the Buffalo from? First of all. So the Black Buffalo Clan is the stealth priests responsible to defend all nations whose totem animal is the great buffalo called the Tatanka. If you want to know who Angel Bay is, that's him. The Chicago Bull is the bison. He's supposed to gore all of these motherfuckers, which brings us to the Vice Lord, Bobby Gore. Bobby Gore is one of the 5 Lord Kings, right? This is all tribal shit. This is not no gang banging shit. We brain banging in this motherfucker. And I'm gonna bang y'all brains free today. These motherfuckers then, they instituted a regional separation of tribes. This is what they did. They sent a contingent to the northeast to fight the Indians or the organics of the New York territories. New York was not the name of the place, right? This is where your Shinnecock come from, your ODB, your LL Cool J, your Flavor Flav, them Shinnecock. Then they sent another contingent, because remember, we was all going to the South to fight the Gullah War. They backdooring us the whole time, and we don't know it. So while we going to the South, to Florida, to fight in the Gullah Wars, because Big Mama said all hands on deck. Big Mama got her gun, and we rolling. Ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing. All we want to know is, what part of the war is you going to fight, and I'm going to go get the other part that you don't know about. Now, while we going down there, they send these niggas, Lewis and Clark. They wasn't pale face like they told us. Them was some melanated Moors. And they had a translator with them that they try to cover up. Then y'all know him in the history books as Big Ben Bay, Benjamin Banneker, who Fez is in the George Washington Memorial with all of the dirty Moors that we went to war with. Let that sink in. Big Ben Bay, Benjamin Banneker, the first American to so-called make a clock. We don't need no clock. We beyond time. We ageless, timeless souls. So they create the clock in order to trap us in the confines of a construct called time. Somebody call 19 Keys. We finna seal this up. Somebody call Yaki Awaken. We finna wrap this up. Somebody call Seven Bomar. Somebody call Orisha Bookman down there in Florida. Somebody call Sharice. Somebody call my Three Phoenix Rising. We about to wrap this shit up today. So we've been fighting a war for 500 years, protracted struggle. Since 1492, we've been the indigenous motherfucking warriors battling this machine. The war is not going to stay bloody warfare. We fought to a stalemate. The French sent a contingent to Haiti, got their ass whooped. That's divine insight. That's why he in there. He's in prison in the territory that the French formerly occupied as part of the Louisiana Purchase. That's Tucson, right? So now you come to Chief Pontiac, up here with the Ottawa, and the Chippewa, and the Saginaw, right? We all up here in the murder mitten, fighting the same dirty motherfuckers. They come up here, so they start sliding these $5 Indians into our camps, selling them in what's called the Freemason auction. And if you don't believe they was auctioning us back off after they captured us on a different part of the land, it's a book called The Moors and Freemasonry that talks about the auctions. They was selling us back to our tribes, but they wouldn't sell you back to the tribe you was from. They sold you to a foreign tribe, and that's how they slid these $5 Indians in on us. When they slide the $5 Indians, how you know they there? Because they stabbing us in the back, literally. Chief Pontiac got stabbed in the back by a $3 Indian. I don't even want to call him $5, $2.50, make change, nigga. Right? So we at war. We at war. The old Mississippians is backing up the Louisiana territory, and the Port Nola, that was the intake for immigrants. Go ask Chief Warhorse if you think I'm lying. Right? So we had to send troops there. Now they done went around with DeSoto and them, they went around South America, come up and bomb the Califia Queens. This was an all-women's resort, goddess glow-up type situation that all of the women, when they went through their rites of passage, had the option to go do their intern to develop their femininity in that succulent sexiness of the woman. And this is where we really went, the West Coast G's went off the charts. Because half of them is on their way to Florida when they making a double back. Okay, so now in come the Cowboys. They didn't call them boys. They didn't call Paleface boy. Who was the Cowboys? Cherokee Bill and them. Right? Cherokee Bill and them is the Cowboys. The Buffalo Soldiers ain't no motherfucker. They not working for them people. The real Buffalo Soldiers was the Black Buffalo clan that came in on the cleanup. Angel Bay, Chief Malik, Jeff Ford out of Chicago is the leader of them, the law on the land, the buffalo, the Tatanka, the big bull, right? And so now we don't want to talk about this stuff because they got us thinking we the devil. They got us thinking we evil. They got us thinking we wicked. They got us thinking everything but who we is. We the gods of the earth. We the salt of this motherfucker. We would change the culture in your face on the drop of a dime. If you don't think we will, watch when y'all take rock and roll how we switch up to hip hop. Watch how y'all take jazz, we switch up to disco. When y'all tried to take ragtime, we switched up to hard bop. When y'all took the hard bop, we switched up to bebop, right? When y'all tried to take the blues, we dropped the rhythm and blues. We keep moving. Y'all trying to keep up with us. We ain't keeping up with y'all, right? So now we have to use every stratagem of war. Why? It's a book called Strategies of the Crescent Moon, and it's quoting from the Quran that the Moors follow. That's from these Islamic Ottoman fallen agents that's being exiled over here. They throwing the trash out and they dumping it on our shores. And they ain't never stopped dumping trash since they got here. Everything we did was harmonious with the earth before 1492. Now, nothing we do is in harmony with the planet. Whose fault is that? We didn't do that. That's not our doing. That's some foreign outsiders interfering in our cultural behaviors that's natural to us. We will whoop a motherfucker ass. Don't get it twisted. We will go upside. But when we realize that, wait a minute, they turning me against my cousin and them. Let me go talk to my uncle and let him know what they doing to me and my cousin, trying to turn us against each other so he can tell us how to fight this war the right way. Matula Shakur. Right? Farrakhan. What we supposed to do? We need some guidance. We need some direction. They killing off our generals in real time. Right? And so if they killing off our generals, we got to disguise them as regular niggas. Regular old niggas. They got to be just as plain and regular as everybody else, but they got to be able to peep game. Good game, people are game, like a rhino running through the roughest pack. They say to them, a trigger happy, so I step back, breathe. Right? That's a Flintstone. The Flintstone cartoon with the Buffalo Lodge is about the Buffalo soldiers who was stationed in Flint, Michigan, that became known as Flintstones to the tribes. Right? I'm telling y'all where everybody at. It's up to y'all to put it together and to get the message out to the rest of us. It's over with. They can't beat us. They couldn't beat us with the hands. They lost that fight. They couldn't beat us with the guns. They brought the guns and still lost that fight. Now they want to come with the bombs. They blew us up. They flooded us out. They burnt up our cities. They burnt up our families. Giant Africa, Philadelphia moved. They didn't stop. We had to stop because we had to educate ourselves out of the condition, and we knew they was going to cheat. That's why we walk around with a handbook of their rules. Right? All of the rules to the game is in their books, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Mishnah, the Talmud, all they perverted holy books that's all about molestation of children, a murderous, rampaging deity that's running around killing everybody and blaming the devil of being the evil one who didn't kill nobody. I don't think he might have one body in the whole Bible. And, right? So now, they come in, Muhammad, on his night journey, riding his Baruch, which is an ass, right? But that's supposed to have been the Jesus story, so they had to turn it into a mythical beast. So they can't tell you that Muhammad rode into town on an ass because that's what ISIS did. Because Big Mama don't walk nowhere unless she choose to. Because one of her baby boys is going to pull up in a limousine. They going to pull up with the motorcade. They going to pull up with the security. When y'all realize what's going on and y'all realize how they played us against each other, we going to start fighting each other and we going to start seeing them dirty Moors. They going to expose themselves. They gonna expose themselves because they not gonna be able to contain themselves when we know who we are. They gonna expose themselves, they gonna tell on themselves. They gonna try to do everything to tear us down. But they ain't gonna be able to do it because we know who we is now. The gig is up. Them old Mississippian gorilla knocking tribes is coming to the forefront to reclaim what's rightfully ours, and we already did it. I done walked them through the whole process. They look like us. They ain't us. Ask Kendrick if you think I'm playing. Matter of fact, don't even ask Kendrick. Ask the dragon, the Draco. Drake. Right? Because he'll tell you, no, they ain't like us. Right? But I bet you he be grass dancing like a original. When he telling you what Kendrick said, they ain't like us, Drake gonna be grass dancing. Old native tribal stomping. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. They playing these dynamics out as artists to slide into the public domain, the secret, and put it in the open. It's in the open now. The gig is up. The cat is out the bag. These OG Negroes that y'all called nigga, we didn't realize that what y'all couldn't pronounce was the nagas.